You bought her flowers, took her on trips, paid her bills. You gave her the world, and she still left. Why? Because women aren't loyal to favors, they're loyal to feelings. You can give her everything, your time, your consistency, your look. You still lose her. It's not because you weren't good enough. It's because most men misunderstand what women actually stay loyal to. You think effort is the answer, that showing up every day will win her heart forever. But that's not how it works. Women are emotional by nature. They bond through feeling, not logic. You could take her to the nicest restaurant, plan the perfect vacation, send her the sweetest messages, but if your actions don't move her emotionally, they don't leave a mark. What she remembers isn't the dinner, it's the way you made her feel when you looked at her like she was the only woman alive. That moment of presence, that spark, that silent intensity, that's what sticks with her. She's not loyal to your schedule. She's loyal to how her heart responds when you're near. And here's the truth that stings. Sometimes the man she remembers most isn't the one who gave her everything. It's the one who gave her very little but made her feel everything. He didn't chase, he didn't he didn't try to impress. He walked away and meant it, because he knew something most men never realize. Romance isn't built on comfort, it's built on emotional impact. Here's what stoic men understand. Effort does not always equal reward in love. You've been told that if you're kind, consistent, supportive, she'll stay. But love isn't a reward system. It's a reaction. A woman doesn't stay because she's impressed. She stays because she's emotionally moved. And emotion doesn't follow logic, it follows presence. Mystery.com power. So stop trying to win her with checklists. Stop becoming a man who commands attention just by being. Ask yourself, am I moving her, or am I simply maintaining her? That's the difference between being respected and being unforgettable. Consistency makes you reliable. Emotional impact makes you irresistible. And here's the paradox. She may say she wants stability. She may believe it, but her loyalty is to emotional gravity. She chases what makes her feel, so when she's drawn to a man who barely texts back, it's not about games. It's about how alive she feels in the unknown, in the silence, in the tension. He didn't give her a plan, he gave her presence. You become emotionally invisible when you're predictable. It's not that she wants chaos, it's that she wants to feel. When you're too available, too nice, too safe, she respects you, but her soul stays calm, and calm doesn't burn. Emotional memories aren't stored in order. They're stored in waves: intensity, tension, silence, highs, the thrill of not knowing. If your relationship is built on comfort and routine, she may love you, but she won't crave you. Now, does that mean you play games? Absolutely not. Real masculinity doesn't chase or manipulate. It stands still. It observes. It leads. True presence creates gravity. You don't need to try harder, you need to be deeper, stronger within, more centered, more powerful in your silence than others are in their performance. That's what creates emotional memory. That's what makes you unforgettable. So if she left, don't blame her. Don't resent her. Learn she didn't leave because you weren't enough. She left because she stopped feeling. Maybe you were too focused on doing instead of simply being. Because when a woman feels deeply, she stays. But when the feeling fades, so does her loyalty. Remember, she doesn't stay for what you do. She stays for how she feels when you do nothing at all. Now you know. Become that man, not for her, but for yourself. And what you follows. Number games are for boys. But a stoic man doesn't beg for connection. He creates space for it. He creates emotional tension by being calm in the storm, by being unbothered when she tests him, by knowing his worth even when she's unsure of hers. Think about this. When she sends a cold text and you don't flinch. When she pulls back and you don't chase. When she tries to provoke and you give her silence, not anger. That's emotional mastery. And that mastery is rare. That's why it makes you stand out. It's not about withholding affection. It's about being intentional, powerful, unshakable. A woman's loyalty isn't to the nicest man. It's to the man who leaves a mark on her emotional landscape. Stoicism trains you to stop reacting and start resonating. To feel everything but show nothing unnecessary. To her, that silence is deafening. That stillness is addictive, because it gives her room to feel, to chase, to crave. Be less available, more impactful, less reactive, more grounded. That's not manipulation. That's attraction on a deeper level. The only thing women are truly loyal to is how you make them feel about themselves. Now here's the deepest layer. Women are not loyal to you, they are loyal to how they feel about themselves when they are around you. This is where most men get it painfully wrong. They think, if I treat her like a queen, she'll stay. But the question isn't how you treat her, it's how she feels when she's around you. Does she feel feminine, desired, mysterious, inspired? Or does she feel like she's being babysat by a man desperate for approval? Women are emotional creatures, but even more, they are self-referencing. They reflect who they become in your presence. If she feels bored, she'll blame you. If she feels powerful, she'll attach that feeling to you. If she feels more alive, more curious, more seductive around you, she won't want to leave. And here's the key, it's not about doing things for her. It's about being a man who awakens parts of her that no one else can reach. That doesn't come from gifts or compliments or constant attention. It comes from presence, depth, command, contrast. You must be the storm and the calm, the man who listens deeply but isn't afraid to walk away, the man who desires her but doesn't need her, the man who sees her but also sees through her. That kind of man isn't easy to find, which is why when a woman meets him, she remembers and she returns. Remember this, her loyalty isn't bought, it's awakened, not with effort, but with essence. You don't need to become someone else. You need to return to who you were before the world told you to please her. That's stoicism in love. That's the quiet power that drives women wild. So now you know the truth. It's not the dinners, not the roses, not the long texts or midnight calls. It's the feeling. A woman stays where her emotions are stirred. She stays with the man who makes her feel seen, not just served. She's loyal not to the man who gives the most, but to the one who makes her feel the deepest. And that power isn't in what you do, it's in who you are when you stop chasing and start embodying. So ask yourself, are you trying to impress her, or are you awakening something in her that no one else dares to touch? Don't be the man who gives everything and is forgotten. Be the man who gives presence and is unforgettable. If this video opened your eyes, drop a heart in the comments so I know you're not just a nice guy, you're a stoic one. Subscribe, like, and share this with a brother who needs to stop begging and start becoming. Stay sharp. See you in the next one.